to Smash Writing, and today we're kicking off the Predator franchise, which will lead into Alien, which will lead into Alien Romulus, and at some point in there we'll talk about the New Crown. Fuck you for delaying that movie. Anyway, let's just jump in and talk about Predator. Needs no introduction. This movie kicks off with something descending on Earth, and Dutch descending onto a military base. He gets manliest handshake out of the way, and he learns about the mission. Actually, we learn that his team are rescue, not assassins. Then we learn about the mission. His job is to go in and save a cabinet minister who had been picked up by guerrillas. They were on the wrong side of the border, and they have to go in and get them. And to his chagrin, Dylan is going along with them. We meet the team of Dylan and Dutch, Mac, Blaine, Billy, Poncho, and Hawkins. They're all getting along, having a great time, until it's time to descend from the helicopter. And right away, they start getting a little suspicious. Because they find some signs of advanced weapons with a heat seeker and U.S. military boots tracking after the guerrillas. And it doesn't take them long to figure out where those boots came from when they stumble upon a special forces team led by Hopper, who are now skinned and hanging upside down from a tree. And full of force, Dylan pleads ignorance. He has no idea why they're here. Now they want vengeance on the guerrillas because they believe the guerrillas are the ones who did it. So they track down the guerrilla base and a firefight opens up. Only one person's left alive, and that is Anna, that Dutch knocked out. But once everything is clear, Dylan starts sweeping through an office trying to find some papers that Dutch already beat him to. It was all set up. There was never a cabinet minister. They played it up because the rebels were about to lead an attack on something that they couldn't let happen. So they worked up a story and got Dutch in to finish the job, which pisses off Dutch. And they're not ready to leave for extraction. And Dylan reminds them of who's in charge, and he's taking Anna with them. And unbeknownst to them, though, there's something watching from the trees that can see their heat signature and is following close behind. And he's going to show himself whenever Anna tries to run away for the second time. Hawkins runs after her. He catches up to her, and the Predator catches up to him. He is completely cloaked and invisible, except you can see some squiggly lines of him. And he takes out Hawkins and drags his body off before the team gets to him. Dutch sends out the team to go find his body, and Blaine goes down doing this. Max sees some flashing eyes, and the team opens fire on the forest. They can't find anything, but Anna sees some green neon blood, suggesting they did hit it. And hit it they did, because we get a brief little glimpse of the monster when he's perched up in a tree patching up a wound. Meanwhile, the team has settled in for the night. They got traps all around them. But while they're distracted with a hog that Mac was dealing with, the creature came in and snatched Blaine's body out from pretty much behind them. And the next morning, when they're trying to investigate what happened, Dutch figures out that this is a hunter who's hunting them, and is using the trees. So he finally confronts Anna, who can speak English. And she doesn't know who it is, what it is. She just saw that it changes colors like a chameleon. And they did get it to bleed. So as Dutch puts it, if it can bleed, they can kill it. So they switch tactics and start setting up traps using the forest itself. And while they're waiting, Anna tells them the stories that she's heard growing up. That when it's the hottest summers, they start finding the men in the village without skin or worse. And people refer to it as the demon who makes trophies of men. Dylan does not buy any of this. And he makes a joke about Dutch using a piece of cheese to bait out this creature. So Dutch uses himself as bait. And it works. For a moment, they capture it. Only for a moment, though. It breaks loose and it snaps off a log trap that crushes Poncho. And Mac and Dylan see the creature for a brief moment before it runs away. Mac, though, is losing his mind. He's already lost his best friend in Blaine. He's not letting this get away, so he runs after it. Dylan runs after him, while the other three are assisting Poncho in getting him to the chopper. Mac and Dylan think that they have the jump on him. They don't, and they're taken care of. And their screams reach the group, so Billy stays behind next and challenges him one-on-one. They hear his screams, too. That's when the creature catches up to them, guns down Poncho. Anna goes for his gun, but Dutch kicks it out of her hands before she can do anything. He's already picked up on the fact that it doesn't hunt you if you're unarmed. There's no sport in that. And he makes himself the target, and luckily, the predator misses and hits his gun instead of him. But he runs off into the woods while she runs off to the chopper. And he tumbles over 2 waterfalls. And the predator chases after him. And we get our first real great look at him because the water has disrupted his cloaking device. And he can't see Dutch, who's covered in mud. The mud is shielding his body heat. And watches the alien walk away. So he creates, armed with this new knowledge, he starts setting up for more of a primitive assault. While the predator is cleaning Billy's skull for his collection. So now we get a few rapid attacks here. Dutch has put him on the back foot. But the predator gets off a lucky shot, which sends Dutch into the water. Nell is able to be seen, and the predator catches him. But there's been respect to be found. And the predator challenges him one-on-one fight for honor kind of deal. And he is beating Dutch's ass until Dutch gets him into a position to set off one of his traps. And a giant log comes down and knocks out the predator. But before he does it, he decides against killing him, though, wanting some answers here. Alien's not giving you answers, though. He has started the self-destruction on his wrist gauntlet, and Dutch just barely makes it out of the blast range. The helicopter descends with Anna in it, and the two fly off together. And as the predator, as a whole, this movie is the perfect movie. The action in it is awesome. The story was well written. The gore was amazing. The jungle location was a lot of fun. The characters were fun and engaging. The way they played off each other perfectly. Everyone felt like they were suited for this role and suited for this position. But I'm going to target one actor specifically here in a few minutes. The thing I love the most about this movie is, of course, the Predator himself. The Predator is the coolest, most badass alien creature, monster of all time. My favorite one. It's so goddamn cool. The armor looks great. The fact he's wearing like this, spiderweb leggings and the big ass shoulder gun and the claws and the invisibility and the mask and the gnarly face. It is all so goddamn cool. The people who worked on this deserve all of the praise. And Kevin Peter Hall deserves way more praise than he gets for his portrayal as the Predator. He set up the foundation for what all of the monsters, all of the Predators and Yautja to come were built on. And that is a huge reason for why the Predator's popularity is so big, is because of how well Kevin Peter Hall did. And I have gushed about this movie a lot. I have no negatives. There are none. No cons to talk about. No cons to speak about. S-tier movie. If you haven't watched this movie, you gotta watch this movie. It is amazing. Have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Have a good one. And as always, bye-bye.